Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is me solving Q3 of the weekly contest 260. Check if word can be placed in crossword. So this one is a little bit tricky, but not that bad to be honest. I took a long time on this relatively, and I got a wrong answer because of something that I'll complain in a second. So hit the like button and subscribe button. Join me on Discord. Let me know what you think. And if you like contest problems, there are a lot of contest problem lovers there. So come chat, hang out, nerd out, whatever you need to do. Anyway, so for this one, my major complaint is that I didn't read the problem. But also, if you're going to use a common real world thing, please put the have an example that showcase how it is different, right? And I think that is the the one thing that hmm, maybe I was wrong on this one. Now that I look at this example, I think that actually example. Maybe I just had a different bug that was not quite that. Never mind. I will rant about that another time. Now that I just realized, maybe I had a different bug. But the idea is, okay. Yeah, right to left. Okay, so I take back what I said. I made a mistake here. Okay, but still, don't call it a crossword. If you're going to change it, then if you're using a common world, real world thing, especially as a crossword lover, as you know I am, I think I just didn't read the problem and it didn't go right to left. So that was my problem. But the idea is that brute force is the idea. But you have to do it in a smart way. And the smart way is just by noticing that m times n is 2 times 10 to the fifth, and the word length can be long. So you don't want to do something like n square, input size square, big N square type thing because that's going to be taking too long. Instead, try to think about every possible space that it can begin. And if you do that, it will end up being linear time um, because for example, for the word that's length like say 10, and there's a 10 count free space character, every 10 space character will amortize to each count, each cell checked only once or twice or whatever. So therefore, it'll be constant per cell. So once you do that, once you realize that, then you could do this in linear time. Yeah, and linear time in this case is m times n. But yeah, and the two things to note is what, or from that, there are only a couple of things you need to start, right? How do you figure out which cell is a good beginning, a possible good beginning? Well, a cell is a good beginning if it has nothing to the left and nothing, or sorry, if it has literally nothing to the left. If there's nothing to the left, then you can go from left to right, and if there's nothing on top, then you can go from top to that bottom, right? So yeah, so for now we're going to solve this case first, and we'll talk about the right to left and the opposite thing in a second. But from that, you can kick off the start, and that's basically what I did here. Yeah. If there's nothing to the left, or sorry, if there's nothing up, then we mark it as a possible beginning. I don't want to skip ahead a little bit, but then the second one is okay, because it has to be exactly n length. Because it has to be exactly n length. How do we check that? Well, we check that by just keeping a rolling count, right? And in this case, we want it to be actually backwards. And it's kind of like a prefix sum, but backwards, I guess, or suffix sum, if you will. For example, in this ABC, ideally C would have 1, B would have 2, A would have 3 going up, right? So that when you check when is A good, the space where A is good, well, A is good because there's 3 going down and the word is length 3. That's basically the idea I have here, and that's basically what I did. So for each cell, I do a suffix sum, if you will, of going right and down, and then restarting if it's equal to the block character, we stop. Otherwise, we increase one extra space. So this is dynamic programming, E suffix sum, E whatever you want to call it, and then that's pretty much the idea. Is that okay? If this is an available open space going downwards, because if down of I sub j is n, that means that we have n spaces going down, including the space. We do a check. If we can go to the right, we also do a check. So that's how I wrote it, and I probably could have written this a little differently, but I didn't know they could go from right to left or up to down or down to up, right? So the thing that I have to do here is thinking about a way to do that. And another way to do it is just to have more of these suffix sums for dynamic programming, going 4 directions and then just checking it and then go up or down, left, right. But the thing that for this problem that I noticed is that for you to go right to left, all you have to do is just change the word backwards. And same thing from bottom to up, you just have to change the words backwards. So I kind of wrote this hacky thing, and this is my contest code, so excuse me if it's a little bit yucky, because you can definitely, I think I worried a little bit about space. That's why I didn't do it this way, because I didn't want, or not space, but timing, because if you're doing a function call and I do something like this as an input, it actually costs, costs time and maybe space to allocate extra stack thing run on the stack, depending on how you want to think about immutable things. But without thinking about it, that's why I wrote it this way, because I didn't want it to time out just in case. But yeah, if I had but in a clean way, you would have word, and then you just do this, and then here you would check word, and then the reverse of word. But instead, what I have is this check to function that does the same thing, but reverse, right? Check the word in reverse, and that's it. As for complexity, this is linear time, which is n times m, or r times c, if you will. And also r times c space, so linear space. Keeping in mind that linear in this case is the size of the input, and the size of the input is the board, right? And the board is going to be r times c, so this is going to be linear in the size of the input. That's all I have for this one. I think this actually, oh no, okay, let me make this a little bit smaller so you can see most of it on screen. Well, here's the first half, and then here's the second half. Let me know what you think, and you can watch me solve a live in the contest next. That's kind of hard problem for Q2, to be honest. Okay, let's go. What can we play? This one seems like it's going to be an annoying one. But I mean, it should be just brute force, right? In a smart way, maybe. Can we brute force in a smart way? I mean, basically brute force in a small way by just looking at, there are only a couple of corners where this will make sense. But let's try to brute force and then we can see what happens. You can also do some pre-processing to see whether a space is good enough. From right to left and bottom to up. Okay, yeah, I think that's not so bad. Yeah, okay. It's a spatial thingy, then we can try it out. It's equal to 1 plus this. Also, I think my down is my right and my right is my down, so I think I'm messing up, you know, majorly. I didn't fix that. I didn't fix that at all. Right is this way, and then like that. And then now we can check. Okay. We just have to return Boolean. Okay, fine. Okay. So if okay, now we want to check to the right. If I is equal to 0, or for I minus 1j is equal to so this means that we can go to the right, and right sub I of j is greater than, let's call it n. Then we try it. Okay. Go if check ij, let's just say going right is this way. True. Okay, then we go if I messed up again, didn't I? This is going down, so okay. It's messing up down and right. Oh, this has to be exactly n, actually, not just. Having this in a separate check function, I don't know. I find it actually make it a little slow a bit. Okay. So for if Something like this, but it should be down chapter 1. Let's see how that goes. Let's see if we go to let's see if we go to what's up. I messed up. Oh, whoops. Typo. That doesn't even make sense. True, false, true. Am I confident enough? I mean, there's a virtual content. Let's just submit. I probably have some silly edge cases. Yeah, okay. I probably should test a little bit more, but wait. Isn't this the example? Or oh no, there's an extra thing. Why is this? Okay, so it's expected to be false, but instead it is true. Why? At least that's not the input. That's this. Did I misunderstood this problem? Why is this false? Oh, why is this true? Did I miswrite this? Wait, what is this input? It's this, right? Why can C8 be placed? Where can you place it? Huh? I think I just misunderstood the problem or something. Oh no. Why would, this is the stupidest crossword. That's the problem with problems that that's the problem with problems that uses real life thing, is that sometimes it's not a real life thing, right? So they should, I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna call it crossword, there's no reasonable crossword that makes it right to left and bottom to top. I think that makes it a little bit I don't know. I mean, it's the same problem. I just have to add it, but and here the answer is that it's a C, but we can actually also just, one way to do it is this, but another way is just that we do it backwards. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah. If you're going to use real life things, at least give an example, right? Like this should not be a tricky case. Oh, whoops. I guess this cannot be with that. Okay, fine. I mean, this is a bit easy fix, but I'm messing it up a little bit. I mean, this is the hack, obviously, but I'm kind of annoyed about it. I don't know how I've ever done it without it, but it's fine. I'm just annoyed that, you know, like, why would you try to fool the thing? Hmm. Why is this wrong? We should try AC. Let's try this for AC. Let me know. Oh, so I guess I'm wrong in some other ways. Hmm. Oh, okay, fine. Still gonna rant about it though. So, yeah, so we do check this. So why is this wrong? So then, of course, I changed something and messed it up. Which one shouldn't be wrong? Okay, so this is returning false for this, but wrong. Oh, why do I have a J? Why doesn't Python? Why don't you complain about these things? It doesn't. I don't know. Where do you even get the J from? You get the J from here, but it's so out of scope. Yeah. Okay, fine. I got anything? Okay. It's gonna give it a little YOLO. Yeah, what a silly problem. Okay, let's do. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. I'm here in Lisbon, so a little bit awkward, but stay good, stay healthy, to good mental health. And hit the like button, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, and join me on Discord. I will see you later. Bye bye.